Every year, millions of Chester chickens are consumed during the holiday season. In Brazil, it is estimated that this giant bird is present at the Christmas Eve dinner of 7 out of 10 families. As the star of a seasonal market that generates billions in the food sector, Chester has become a true national tradition in December. But do you know how it's really produced? Watch this video to see all the stages of Chester production, from genetic selection in laboratories to the final packaging. The story of what we know as Chester begins long before any egg is hatched. Unlike many urban legends suggest, this bird is not a genetic aberration created in secret laboratories, nor an animal bombarded with growth hormones. The industrial reality is, in fact, based on statistics, genetic selection, and extremely strict sanitary control. Chester technically isn't a species of animal, but rather a registered trademark of a chicken from the Perdigão company, derived from a lineage of chickens developed to have a much higher concentration of prime cuts, specifically breast and thighs. The whole process begins with the importation or maintenance of what the industry calls grandparents. These are purebred birds originally brought from abroad, usually from the United States or Europe, where poultry genetics companies spend decades crossing the largest and strongest roosters with the largest and strongest hens. The goal is simple: to select the desired physical characteristics, such as a wide rib cage and the ability to gain weight quickly, and pass them on to the next generation. When these grandparents are crossed, they generate the parent stock. The parent stock are the parents of the Chester that will reach the market. The egg collection process on these farms is frequent and automated, preventing the eggs from becoming dirty or exposed to bacteria. As soon as they are laid, the eggs are disinfected and sent to the hatchery. In an industrial hatchery, nature is replaced by the precision of machines. Eggs are not kept under a hen. They are placed in large drawers inside industrial incubators that hold thousands of eggs at once. These machines mimic the mother's behavior, maintaining a constant temperature of around 37 degrees Celsius and controlled humidity. The incubation period lasts about 21 days. In the final days, the eggs are transferred to hatchers, where the chicks finally break through the shell. As soon as they hatch, the speed of the production line increases. The chicks pass through a conveyor belt where they are selected. Only the healthy and perfect ones move on. On their first day of life, they receive their first vaccinations, often applied by spray or automatic injection, to protect them against common avian diseases that could decimate an entire flock. Soon after, they are placed in transport boxes and taken in climate-controlled trucks to fattening farms, also called broiler houses. This is where the difference between a regular chicken and a Chester chicken begins to become visible over time. While a normal broiler chicken, the kind we eat every day, stays on the farm for about 30 to 40 days, the Chester chicken has a longer life cycle. It needs more time to develop its muscles and reach the robust size that characterizes it. The poultry house where they grow is a large shed, usually enclosed on the sides with curtains or solid walls and equipped with giant fans and exhausters. The goal is to maintain the bird's thermal comfort. If it's too hot, the bird eats less and doesn't grow. If it's too cold, it expends energy to warm itself and also doesn't gain weight. Therefore, temperature control is vital. Feed is the fuel for this process. The feed is mainly composed of corn and soybean meal, which provide energy and protein, respectively. However, that's not all. The diet is supplemented with vitamins, minerals, and essential amino acids. The feed formula changes as the bird grows. In the first week, the feed is rich in protein to form organs and bones. In the final weeks, the energy content increases to promote weight gain and the accumulation of intramuscular fat, which will give the meat its succulence. The birds do not graze freely. They are focused on eating and growing. When the birds reach their ideal weight, which is significantly higher than that of a common chicken, sometimes exceeding 4 kilograms, the harvesting stage begins. This process usually takes place at night or in the early morning. The harvesting teams enter the shed, often under a blue or very dim light, pick up the birds by their feet, and place them in plastic crates. These crates are stacked in open trucks that allow for ventilation and immediately go to the slaughterhouse. Before leaving the farm, the birds undergo a fasting period, during which the feed is removed, water remains available. This serves to empty the digestive system and prevent contamination of the carcass with feces during slaughter. Upon arrival at the meat processing plant, the pace is frenetic and highly mechanized. The truck unloads the crates and the birds are placed on a conveyor belt. The next step is hanging. Employees attach the birds by their legs to hooks on a hoist, an overhead chain that transports the animal throughout the process. The first critical step is stunning. The animal must be unconscious before slaughter. The most common method is electrocution, where the bird's head passes through a tank of electrified water. The shock instantly renders the animal unconscious. While unconscious, the bird goes through bleeding, where the chicken is slaughtered. After slaughter, the industrial process continues to scalding. The carcasses pass through tanks of hot water with controlled temperature to dilate the pores and facilitate feather removal. Immediately afterwards, they enter the plucking machine, a device with hundreds of rubber fingers that rotate at high speed, removing the feathers by friction without damaging the skin. Now that the bird is featherless, it enters the slaughterhouse's clean room. Here, evisceration takes place, where all the animal's internal organs are removed. Edible offal, such as heart, liver, and gizzard, are separated, washed, and chilled separately. The rest is discarded for the production of animal feed. The eviscerated carcasses then undergo pre-chilling. Usually in tanks of ice water called tila, the bird emerges cold and clean. This is where the specific selection for the Chester product occurs. Not every bird raised as a Chester becomes the final product that goes into the green box. There is a very strict standard for visual quality and weight. Birds that have broken wings in the process, that have skin blemishes, or that have not reached the ideal weight are disqualified and sold as regular chicken or chicken cuts. Only the perfect carcasses with a plump breast and intact skin make it to the premium line. The big difference in the final product that reaches the supermarket happens in the next step, the seasoning. Most of the Chester chickens sold are seasoned. This isn't done by dipping the chicken in a bucket of seasoning, but rather through an industrial injection process. The carcass passes through a machine with dozens of fine needles that inject a solution of water, salt, spices, and additives, such as stabilizers and flavor enhancers, deep into the meat, especially in the breast and thighs. After the seasoning injection, the bird is packaged. And that was today's video.